Oh my word, this is so cool. I'm getting really excited about this because Niantic actually listened to us and they are changing some things up. So let's dive in and take a look at this. So the last community day was good. I had a lot of fun, but there were a lot of people complaining about it, and it wasn't quite what people were expecting with community day. Now I understand that Niantic wants to do something different than Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is all about catching that one particular rare thing, whereas this is more about getting the group together. Now because there aren't as many players in Wizards Unite, that's a lot harder, and it takes more to get people together. And last time, the big goal was going and catching foundables, and so you had to travel around for that, and that just doesn't bring people together because everyone's just going in circles wherever they go to go return foundables. And in my recap of Community Day, the one big thing I said is that you should really focus it down onto doing wizarding challenges rather than running around collecting things. Doing a wizarding challenge brings everyone together. It focuses everyone. It becomes more of a Wizards Unite. We're all gathering together to do something. And they listened. So this community day is all about the wizarding challenges. And this is really exciting. So I want to go through this and talk about what you can do to prepare for this community day and all the fun things coming up, because there are a lot of things you can do right now to get ready for it. So here's the big announcement that came out, and if you opened up your app today, you would see a thing sending you here, and we're going to actually go down through and read out this. Now, they've really been working on how do they actually bring people together? How do they unite the wizards? And I do think they have some more work to do. There are a few things that they could do a little bit better. At least in my opinion, but they are really trying to make this better and to make it something that's different from Pokemon Go, but still a lot of fun, and they've made some huge strides in that direction. So let's actually take a look at those. Number 1, XP bonuses when participating in wizarding challenges. Now I'm going to cover this sentence in a little bit because there's a lot to unpack there, even though it seems fairly simple. The big thing is with additional bonuses for playing with friends. So you want to find friends, not only just people to play with, but they also need to be your friends in the chamber, and you'll get more bonuses playing with them. Now this XP bonuses, this is really vague, and I'm assuming that the more friends you have, the bigger it will be, so they're not actually giving a number out here. But they're also saying XP bonuses, not just XP bonus or bonus XP, because they're probably also referring to family XP. And that's really the only reason why I can figure out why they worded it. And I hope that they clarify this in the future. But for right now, I'm going on the assumption that it will not only be regular XP, but also family XP. And this is huge. That's because you need a lot of family XP to get scrolls. You rank up in the different families, and you rank up in the challenge family. And with the regular families, you get scrolls, and you rank up in the challenge family. That's where you get your red books. And those are some of the hardest things to get in the game. If this is an increase in family XP, that is huge because this is an increase in scrolls. This is an increase in red books. The two hard things you need to build your skill tree, this event is gearing up towards it. So this is a chance where you can really get a lot out of this event if you do it right. You'll also be getting a free pack of energy from the shop, and if you want to maximize on this, just before the event starts, why don't you go around and fill up all the energy you can, max out your vault on energy, and then pick this up. And what this will allow you to do is go over your max by however much they give you. And this way, once you're actually into the challenges, you'll need a long time before you need to go get more energy because you'll have more than your max, so you'll be able to do bigger challenges that take a lot more energy. Everything below has to do with healing potions, and a lot of people have been kind of poo-pooing this as like, yeah, healing potions, but there are a few key things in here that you might be able to do that can make this a big bonus. The reason why healing potions are important is the higher the chamber you go, the more healing potions you're going to go through. And more than any other potion, you use more of these than anything else. And what they're basically doing is saying you're going to need to use less of these to do a chamber, and they're going to be far cheaper for you. So during this time, you really aren't going to have to think about healing potions as much. Even if you do have a Magizoologist there to help and heal you, this isn't something that's going to have to be on your mind, and you probably won't need as many of these during the challenge. And that's because healing potions will not only brew faster, which is cool, but not all that special, but they will do more work. They will increase your stamina more. So normally they increase your stamina about 1/3. And I'm assuming that they'll bump that up to like it'll increase your stamina by 50%. So one of these can replace half of your stamina or more. I don't know what the actual number is. They haven't told us that. But even if it's just 50% or 60%, something in that range, that is huge. You're going to be using less of these because anytime you would have to use 2 of them to heal if you're working on some high elite, now you're probably only going to need one of them to keep going. Also, if you want to create them during your time, the items you're going to need for the healing potion, those will be occurring more on the map, and so you'll be able to find those easier around where you're playing. But then this last one down here, this is big, and this really kind of, a lot of people are poo-pooing because, oh, I don't want a rental cauldron. But if you time it right, this is huge, because what it's going to say is that it's going to be 30% less than the regular cauldron time. Now, regularly, a healing potion in a rented cauldron is about 100 minutes to brew. If you knock that down by 33, that means you're going to need 64 minutes to brew this. So basically, an hour. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I can brew 3 of these during the hour, but is 3 really going to make that much of a difference? And the cool thing about this is the price of brewing the potion goes down, because the price of speeding up the brewing and just finishing it right now is directly tied to the amount of time that's left in the cauldron. So if it's a 60-minute brew time or less, if you use the master notes, then it's probably only going to be 6 to 8 coins per potion. 6 to 8 coins per healing potion is dirt cheap. So you can buy a lot of them at this time for almost no coins in comparison to what you normally would be spending. So for coins on hand, this is a fantastic deal, being able to buy a potion for 6 to 8 coins each. Yeah, I'm going to be getting a few of them. So again, they're going to be splitting it up into 3 time frames. The first one will be Asia Pacific, and that'll be starting at 1 p.m. AE's time or 10 plus UTC. So figure out where you are around that. If you are in Europe, Africa, India, it will be at 10 a.m. UTC. And then for the rest of us in North and South America, Greenland, we will be starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That is minus 7 UTC. So for me, it is at 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, use the hashtag down here on your social media. If you have a picture, take it. They were doing a lot of retweeting last time, and that was kind of fun. If you want to see your picture on a bigger site, go ahead and put the hashtag on there and show the fun that you are having in Wizards Unite. So now let's actually get into the strategy. What am I going to be doing right now to plan for this? Number one, I'm going to be brewing my head off between now and then to make up for everything I can. I'm going to brew as much as I possibly can and store it so that when I'm in these chambers and I'm trying to do higher levels, I can do that. And I'm not worrying about do I have enough or having to go buy it. As long as I plan it now and save them up between now and then I'm going to have a lot more fun at that time. Particularly, I'm going to need 6 Brew Fuel's Brain Elixirs. It doesn't sound like they're going to be increasing the time on those for this one, so you'll need 6 of them, but if you plan it between now and then, you should be able to brew out 6 of them. Also, I'm not going to be brewing any healing potions. Because they are so cheap, I'm just going to save up some coin between now and then, and I'm going to buy them at the time once it actually gets going. Because with a rented cauldron, you can buy them very, very quickly, and you can have a lot of potions much easier, much more cost-effective than spending your time brewing them between now and then. I'm probably going to spend most of the brewing time between now and then on Stimulo potions because I really want to do those high levels, and probably a few wit because we'll be running into elite foes for sure. Now on to the Wizards Uniting. This is the really exciting part for me because what we're planning on doing is finding a fortress that is a good central location with parking nearby and shade and several inns nearby. And there's one particular one we're looking at. It's in a shaded section that you can be underneath the trees, and there are 3 inns within reach of it. So at any point you can be constantly hitting those 3 inns, restocking in energy, and staying up to level in the fortress, so you don't have to be going around for it. Number 2, I'm planning on bringing a bunch of bag chairs so that we can set them all up underneath the trees and relax and enjoy each other's time together. And a lot of people were thinking, well, this means that only 5 people can be in a challenge. Well, yes, only 5 people can be in any particular challenge, but we're hoping to have 20 to 25 people at this one particular fortress this time. And what that means is you can have multiple groups going on at different times, multiple people getting together and doing different things in different ways. So you can learn different things from different people and how they play together. Maybe you can do an entire fortress with just professors or just magizoologists, or you can try out different balances of different amounts of different people. There are so many different ways of doing it. There are some groups who want to do as high level as possible. There are some people who want to grind out the middle levels. And you can do that if you get a bunch of people together. And if you get tired of doing it with one group, you can move on and do it with another group. And it's easy to switch around and have a lot of fun and get to know different people. Kind of like speed dating for Wizards Unite. So how do you get the group together? One of the nice things about the way this is set up is everyone's going to be funneling down to the fortresses. And there's usually one big fortress around that everyone knows. And this will be the place where everyone wants to congregate together. Now, finding people is getting a little bit easier. And if you want to see a video on how to find people, I have one on that. I'll try and leave a link to that up in the cards. And that makes it a lot easier to coordinate and get everyone together for this event. And if you don't have a local group, well, then start a Discord or start a Facebook group and get that group going. And eventually people will come. The game is growing, and it is growing actually rather fast. There are more people joining every day. We are still early on in this game, and I'm really getting excited about where it's going, especially with the changes they've been making. This is looking like a lot of fun. So get prepared now, get your potions ready, get your coins ready, work together with your community and figure out where do you all want to meet, and make it a little bit easier to get together. You know, set up some chairs, have some fun, maybe bring in a bag of chips and some other things to share. Make it a uniting party. So I hope you like this, and I'd love to hear your ideas. What are you going to do to make this better? What are you going to do to help make this a success? Leave those down below. I'd love to read through those. If you did like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all those fun things. That really does help out the channel. Thank you for that. That means a lot to me. Stay tuned for next time because I've got a few videos coming up that I'm really getting excited about, and one that I was going to do today that's going to be tomorrow now because all this news came out. We're going to actually be talking about how to get specific foundables. So if you're looking for those foundables that you can only get in fortresses, how do you zero in and only get the ones you're looking for and always get the ones you're looking for? This is going to be fun. But I think that's about it for now. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Chocolate frog? Never seen. I'm gonna tell you, oh, it's a Rowena Ravenclaw!